Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to an MJS Daily Recap. How we doing? We're back. It's been a few days, obviously. But we did a lot of good stuff and excited to share it. We're moving and grooving. There's a lot of things that we have kind of coming up on the horizon here that it's hard to see when you take things day by day and you just like, I try to do these every single day, but obviously the weekends and stuff, things get fucked up, whatever. But, when you look at everything, literally 24-hour period, like that, it doesn't look like you're making a lot of progress, but when you step back and look at all the things that you've done, the connections that you've made, the products that you put out, the content that you put out, it starts to get pretty special once you start doing it on more of a regular basis. So I'm excited because I'm loving everything that I'm doing, and I would highly recommend that you guys do the same thing. So, but that's enough about that. Let's talk about the things that we've done these past couple days, the things that we're going to do very recently or very near in the future here. And I have a few things below down here that we'll kind of mention or whatever, but I think the big overarching theme in something that's been going through my mind in these past couple days is that we're winding down 2020, a year from absolutely out of fucking nowhere with the amount of shit that has happened. I want to be grateful. I want to be thankful for everything that's happened, but I also want to wrap this year up on a high note because it's been a very important one for myself. Not a full year on my own as far as work goes, but almost about 11 months. So it's been important. It's been really good. There's so many positives. I think I've 100% made the right choice with all the things I'm doing, and we just need to keep building. So it's been a good foundational year. And I'll have something more because I kind of want to make like a video kind of explaining the things that I've accomplished. Not like in like everything in detail, but just to kind of wrap it up. I always want to make like a year-end wrap-up video. I think that would be awesome. A year-end wrap-up and then like a goals for the next year video. I think those are super important. So we'll get to that. But let's talk about what we did. So Friday was an interesting day. I kind of like just took it to kind of clean some things up on the desktop and stuff like that. Like, shit gets everywhere. You got to be organized. That's the biggest thing that I could say when you're trying to do big shit. Don't stress over like organization, but it is important because you will lose shit and you will just get, I don't know, in my opinion, you just get like, my head gets crowded and like all this stuff. It's like I have to do this, this, and this, and everything's all over the place. It just gets yucky. So took it as a big like day to kind of reset, and I worked on this project list. So I might have talked a little bit about this. I can't remember. I know I went through this in like the Thursday stream or whatever, but I have this big ass thing here, and I'm not going to go over it again, but it's basically just a big ass sheet of tasks and projects that I needed to do. And I made that 2 weeks after I resigned from my job. So that was back in February, and I've put a huge dent in a lot of those items and it was like not like simple shit. It was there's a lot of sustenance to those, and it's also not just one business. It's four or five. So it was a lot of different ideas. It was something that I needed to do at the time. I wanted to get everything on paper and kind of have an idea of what I want to do. And like I said, I've done a lot. So I tried to take that list along with the new things that I want to do, and I tried to make like another one just kind of online on Google Docs here. And I think we're, again, moving in the right direction with a lot of this stuff. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. I think we're moving in the right direction. And I'm happy with where we're at. There's a lot of things, obviously, from this that I have on this fucking list. And this isn't it. I kind of just stopped at some point. But, the point of something like this, I always try to give some sort of value, not just like talk about the shit that I'm doing. And I think that this is really important. Like, I think that no matter if you have like one business, 4, 5, whatever the fuck businesses, or if you have just your life, you gotta kind of, I think this is a good approach. I really like this idea of kind of like dividing things into categories, conquering them the way that you need to, setting things up in like project formats. It could, again, be something just in your life. Maybe you need to clean your room and you could do it in steps, or you could do it in batches of focus on, okay, I'm going to focus on my bed area and stuff like that. Then I'm going to focus on this, that, the other thing, tackle my closet at some point, whatever you need to do. I just think that this is really important, because when you can kind of like simplify shit, I think it makes it easier to get it done. Just kind of my idea. Now, you might look at this and think it's not simple, but the point is that we have the brands up here, Szymanski Media, Fueled by Progress, AM the PM, Find It Tech. We have kind of projects in a sense. So like the website on the whole, YouTube videos, courses. It's rough because I have so many ideas. It's hard to categorize them, but I wanted to kind of get an idea of the things that I needed to do. Try to prioritize, but at the same time, I'm doing everything all the time, so it's difficult. But yeah, more so just kind of, taking that old list, digitizing it here, and seeing if we could add some more things. So I got a lot of YouTube videos, ideas that I want to put out, and we do the daily recap every night. We do FBP every week. We do AM and the PM every week. And then I'm trying to do more stuff for Find It Tech too. So just a lot of shit, and I'm enjoying all of it. But again, it's a process, and that's kind of the way we're doing it. So this is kind of where we're at right now. There's some big important things on here that we're working on, specifically clothing design, for instance, for Fueled by Progress. This website is going to get done here very soon. I'm going to just put what I need to do on there. We're going to get it out, and we're going to do what we want to do. I wanted the clothing to be like absolutely perfect, but I think that's kind of silly now. We just need to do some stuff. There's people that want shit. The brand is actually, I got a message from my buddy Alex Connor. He was just on the podcast, and he said that one of his contacts in Switzerland listened to the FBP. So, and he said like, he made kind of like a statement like FBP is going international. And look, we don't have a fuck ton of people. We don't have a fuck ton of people watching just yet, but that's fucking awesome that we can have people all over the world checking it out, however big or small the numbers are. So I'm just excited. I'm excited to get more people on the show. I'm excited to get more people on AM and the PM as me and Amanda continue to have episodes on there. I'm excited to build more websites for people. If you want a website, it's going to be a premium WordPress website. Hit me up. Hit Find It Tech up. And I'm excited to just fucking document everything over here on Szymanski Media and kind of like help people too. I think this is going to be a lot of maybe consultation. I've gotten some of that where people ask me, can you do this? Can you do, advertising, or what do you know about like these other things? And I don't know. This is huge right here. Like, I know a fuck ton of information about these types of things, and yeah, we just need to get it out there and associate some monetization with it. But I have no doubts. I mean, this year has just proven to be fucking fantastic as far as like my happiness level and my progress. I'm just the type, like, if you're the type of person that can just fucking work, like you just like to work, or you like to do whatever it is that you're doing, it doesn't need to be work, right? Go for it. Because the one thing that I'm starting to realize is it could be with anything. If you're working hard enough on something, if you have a drive in you to just do something all the time, I don't give a fuck if it's playing ping pong or, knitting, whatever you do, if that's like your go-to and you could do that all the time, then you're definitely going to find success, because there's no way that you can't. There's no way that you couldn't get to some point where, because there's alternate things, right? It's like, yeah, you need to live, you need to spend money on the things that you have, and I've been fortunate that I have like a huge amount of overhead on the businesses and personally. But at the same time, though, just think about it from this manner, and then we'll jump off this topic onto something else. Think about this. Let's say you wanted to be a professional ping pong player. You get a ping pong table and a paddle, and then you could go to work, right? Obviously, because let's say you even have an apartment or whatever. Like, you go to work and you do whatever you need to do, and then you come home and you practice ping pong all the time. This is a silly example, but stay with me. What the fuck else are you going to do? Meaning, what the fuck else are you going to spend money on? you know? So like for people that are out there saying like, oh, I can't chase my dreams because I have a job and I need to work for money, and I can't do this other thing because it's not going to be quick enough to leave me money or whatever. Like, it's a shitty excuse, because just don't spend a lot of money. Just focus the time that you would be spending money on fucking building that other thing, and then hopefully you'll be able to make the switch, or you'll be able to just, buy some time and eventually chase your dreams fully and entirely. I don't know, might not work for everybody, but that's kind of my perspective on that. So a lot of shit here. If you want to look at it and you want to hold me accountable for it, I expect to do all of this, as we move forward here in the next coming months and in 2021. So just want to kind of, keep that on, stay on track there with all that. So that's what I did on Friday. I did that and a lot of cleanup. Saturday, worked at Ray's, obviously. It's what we have to do. Filmed AM and the PM 38. Great episode. And was actually on the topic of like being an influencer. Amanda wants to do more stuff now. So, it's been interesting. It's been very interesting, the journey so far with like the things that we've done of these past 2 years with the brands and just business and all that sort of stuff. And I'm happy. I don't want to take any credit, so I probably just won't. But I just feel that I'm very happy. I'll approach it from this angle. I'm very happy the way that Amanda has responded to some of the stuff that we're doing. She's all into AM and the PM. She's the scheduler. I specifically put her name first on everything because that's her thing. Like, yeah, I do the editing and stuff like that, but I want more than anything Amanda to be. I wanted that to be. My thought for that was something that we could obviously do together. It was tremendous. It's brought us closer together. It's improved our relationship and improved our conversation. It was already pretty good, honestly, but it's better now. We've met some good people along the way, or got to know people more. We brought couples on and stuff like that. We still want to do that. So if you're a couple and you want to come on, reach out. But we've done a lot of that, and it's definitely. She's been just an absolute workhorse with a lot of stuff. She's scheduled people. She's been into it, right? Just the energy level and the excitement is extremely awesome and appreciated. And she's been on this personal journey with fitness, and she's being influenced by a lot of good people online, and she's been doing that since April or so. And she wants to start her own thing now. She wants to start like her own personal brand, like an MJS of, but for her. And I'm fucking pumped because, first of all, I think everybody has a personal brand. They may not know it. You may not like, go after it. But everybody's got something. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got shit that they're passionate about. If you don't want to share it, that's fine. I think that most of the time you're doing the world a disservice, because I think that not everybody's going to have billions of fucking followers, but you'll probably find at least some people in doing that will appreciate what you're doing. You might inspire some people. You might add value to people's lives. And I think that is what Amanda is going to do, because she is very passionate with the stuff she's doing. She's very committed and devoted to the girls that she's watched so far and the girls that have influenced her. And she just likes working out. She likes fitness. She likes doing all that stuff. She likes the progress that she's made. And I'm very happy that she wants to take it to the next step. So, yeah, we're building a website for her. I think I mentioned that on Thursday. I'm pretty sure I showed it. But we're working on it. It's slowly but surely. That's a process, especially when you don't have those things in mind. Like when I was building it, I kind of had some things already set up. Had some branding, and then I worked on that and kind of did that. So I'm working with that. I'm working on that with her. We talked a little bit about it in the podcast. We talked about just some more of that stuff. So when that goes live on Thursday, I'll make sure to link it in the stream. But you can just go to amandthepmpodcast.com right now if you want. I'll put it in the thing here. And make sure to subscribe on YouTube. But yeah, when that is announced as well, I'll make sure we'll make sure to market it as much as we can, just because I think that, again, it's going to be something awesome for her and honestly for the both of us too, just because of the way that I think she's going to do it. And it's going to be fantastic that she is putting herself out there and hopefully inspiring other people to get fit as well. And just the normalized normal bodies thing is what McZazin, the one girl that she follows, it's a great thing. Yeah, I don't know, just I'm excited. So that's the announcement there, is that Amanda's going to be doing her own thing as well with personal branding. Happy for her. I know she's going to do great, and we're going to build that together as well, and she's going to just fucking kill it. So we're doing that. We worked on that a little bit on Saturday. On Sunday, worked at Ray's again. Actually did some Christmas shopping just like online. I don't go to stores because I don't fuck with stores. It's kind of silly. You can get everything online. But we did that. We bought some more samples. So we have actually a fuck ton of shit coming. We have a lot of Christmas stuff, obviously, presents and things like that. But we have a lot of packages for... Some of the samples actually are kind of like Christmas gifts too, because I'm probably going to give them to Amanda. But I don't think she's going to watch this. So I'm gonna list everything from memory that I have coming from Printful, for which you should go to Printful too. You should look at Printful. I've recommended Printful to multiple people. I've had a few conversations actually over the last few days with fellow podcasters and just other business people saying like Printful's good and a bunch of other things. So if you have any questions about podcasting or merch or any of that stuff, I'm not a fucking expert, but I do my research and slowly but surely building these things out. So hit me up anytime. But from Printful, we're working with some AM and PM stuff and some Fuel by Progress. So I'm pretty sure right now we have a shirt coming with AM and the PM. We have a hoodie, and a blanket. That should be interesting. And then 2 mugs. So like one mug that's just like white with AM and the PM on it, and then one of those, there's like mugs where like they're all black, and then when they get hot you can see the image behind it. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. But the reason that we do that is we like to get the thing in hand because it's a print on demand. So the point is like you can design something online, never see it, put it on a website, and then somebody can buy it and it gets shipped directly to them. You don't have to carry an inventory. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. But I'm not the kind of guy that wants to like sell something to somebody without fucking knowing what it is and how it feels, and like I want the brand to have some fucking credibility. So that is why we get a lot of samples before we send them, just because like we like to verify what the fuck it is before we like put them on the website. So that's why it's been taking a little longer for some of the merch to actually like get onto the site, but that's what we're doing there. And then also for FBP, I made some shorts. So I'm excited for those because I'm going to wear those bitches. And hopefully they're half decent. But again, FBP, it's not going to be like a super big Printful thing because we're not going to do that. We're going to make actual clothing, and we're going to deal with manufacturers either domestically or internationally. So, yeah. Lots of shit. I know a lot of shit, but you know what I find funny, especially when you don't have a team yet? When the stuff's in your head, you can only go so far because it actually takes time to execute on things. So we're working every day, and I fucking love it. So yeah. But yeah, bought some more samples today. Finance meeting, as usual, every Monday. Spending a lot of money on fucking gifts and shit like that, but it's worth it. It's good. And I just want to get done with that. Like I have like cards sitting in front of me, like with gift cards and stuff like that. Also, I didn't put this on a post today. I will probably, I guess, just tomorrow or whatever. But use your cash back wisely. Use the right credit card at the right places. Make sure that you get the most out of your credit cards if you have more than one. Because like I went to a Giant Eagle today and got 3% cash back on gift cards, and then I went to a Gecko and got 4% cash back on gift cards because I used the right card, and those are different places. One's a gas station, one's a grocery store. That's a big brain play right there. So I'll try to explain that a little bit more in like something, but yeah. So finances, did that, bought some gift cards, deposited some cash at West Banco because I use West Banco because it's free. And then I deposited into Ally. So that's another little pro tip for you. I prepped these cards and like this gifts and stuff like that. I fucking worked on Christmas lights. I did some outdoor work here at the house. just like, again, getting ready for like the winter season and, excuse me, like the holidays and stuff. Little light shit, nothing crazy. But for some reason, today was a weird day. I did some stuff in the morning. Oh, and actually last night, for some reason, I was inclined to do AM and the PM, like the editing and stuff, which isn't a lot, but just a little bit of it. And I got it kind of going there. So I didn't really have to do that. I won't have to do that like tomorrow or Wednesday or whatever. So we're pretty much good on that as well. But yeah, excited. I was a little ahead of the game there with all that. And yeah, so then we just did some outdoor work, like I said, did all that sort of shit and played some hockey tonight. 1 goal and 2 assists. Lit. Okay. Yeah, and then I kind of like just have the fucking random, this is still fuckfest. Actually, what I did do though was there was a lot of shit on this thing here, like on all this stuff, and I like in this, whatever you call it, in Google Keep here, okay, and I put a lot of that on that projects list, so I was able to condense a lot of this shit so I didn't have to like see it. And then I'm gonna put that projects list like back on my wall or whatever, because it was over here behind this whiteboard or whatever. But the point is that I was able to condense some of the stuff, so that's good, because I'm just getting there's getting to be a lot of shit. I have so many ideas and so many things that I want to execute on that I'm just writing everything down and trying to get to it all. So yeah, this is kind of how this fucking normally looks. But let's go through some of these last things here. So obviously I've cut nails. I just random fucking things that I put on this list. Take trash down tomorrow, whatever. Check my oil. That's funny. Email a couple clients for like testimonials, and then I also just changed the policy on the way that Find a Tech handles stuff. I want the clients to hold the domains, things like that. Just wanted to button some of those things up here before the end of the year, and if we work on any more projects here coming up. Do the AM and the PM stuff, just to make sure that video is all ready. This yearly wrap up, like I said, is very important. I want to get to that. I don't want to miss that. I had like a good post at the beginning of this year, like end of last year. That was just all the things that I did, and I was really happy with that. And I'd like to do that again. Actually, we might look at that. We might literally just look at that right now. Let's look at it. I think I could probably. Is there a way to search your profile? Let's see if we go to activity. Also, 1450 on followers on LinkedIn. It's not really followers. It's kind of just like connections. But did I really post that much this year? Yeah, I guess I fucking did post a lot more this year. Damn it. Is there a way to search? Sons of bitch. I could probably actually find it somewhere else. Yeah, let's try a different way here real quick. Let me see real quick if I can just find the thing, because the post does not really matter. I did a lot of shit this fucking year. Like seriously, I did a lot of fucking shit. I'm actually very proud with what we accomplished this year. No lie. This is what I did here. So let me get rid of this. Okay, you can see that. Great. All right. This is what I did last year for my 2019 in review, and this was right before, again, I quit my job. So this is kind of interesting, and just like a little piece of content. I don't know where I posted this. Did I put this? I don't know if I put this on my Instagram, but regardless, let's go check. Actually, you should go follow me on Instagram if you're not already. I'd appreciate that. Let's go see. It's way back. We've done so much shit this year. This was... When was I making those videos? That's bad. Don't do this, though. Don't do this. Don't make just videos with no captions or whatever. Or don't, like, no thumbnails or whatever. You need to have something there, because nobody's going to click on this shit. They don't know what the fuck that is. This was good. This type of stuff was good. I can't believe I didn't put that on my Instagram. That was stupid. Anyway, hang on. Needed to spit. Okay. Anyway, so this is what I did. My 2019 review. I haven't seen this in a while, so let's look at it. Repaid student loans. Yep. Should have just waited on that. I guess everybody's going to get their fucking student loans paid for. I'm just kidding. And then hire an accountant. Did that. Launched Find a Tech LLC. Started a YouTube channel. Invested in the Google Pixel 4 XL. Great investment. started Fuel by Progress podcast, got septoplasty surgery, fully funded Roth IRA. I mean, this is great, man. This is good stuff. This was a good start. I'm looking back on this now, and like a year after, I think that we did a lot more this year, so that's fantastic. But it's just awesome to even see, what we accomplished last year. And this is kind of what I mean. Some sort of wrap up like this, a little bit more in depth probably this year now that I'm a little bit more experienced with the content. But again, we started this shit. It's been great. It's been moving. Very happy with it. I want to make sure I do it again. Got to get a haircut at some point. Let's go back to LinkedIn actually for a second, because I want to, maybe again, a bit of advice for anybody. I have these experience things down here, right? These things that I have and founded or whatever. And, I want to make sure that I have some shit in here if anybody cares to look at it. I don't know if it really matters per se, but I would like to beef up a little bit of these copy pieces, and especially some of these other things. So I don't know if it's really necessary, because not really looking for jobs, but it's an idea. And I love fucking LinkedIn. Like people shit on LinkedIn sometimes. I don't think you have to be on LinkedIn. And I'm not saying that you should be on LinkedIn you have to be on LinkedIn to be professional. I like being on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is fucking cool. And I think LinkedIn is cool for me because I have a lot of shit that I've manufactured and I can just put on this fucking thing. So obviously the aesthetic up here is kind of cool, that sort of stuff or whatever. I like the structure of LinkedIn and the way that it's laid out, like how you can have your title and everything. You show people where you're at. You can show, again, what you're doing, where you went to school. I don't give too much of a shit about school, but whatever. A nice little about section of the things that you're doing, or you're a write up of you. This was a new section they did not too long ago. I really like this because I can kind of put everything front and center there. And then obviously you have activity and everything, which nobody actually really cares about. If you're one of those people get on LinkedIn, it's you just fill out this profile and you just do nothing else. But this is awesome. This is really nice because it's an online resume that is just better almost in every way, because it has everything on here, and it has, you can link to media, you can write what it's about, it has all the stuff, it updates for you. You don't have to say how long you've been or anything like that. It's your full work experience, again, education, stuff like that. Make sure you go check this out and bump up all my shit here. Endorse me for all these things if you haven't. I don't know how people get endorsements. What, are just people randomly endorse people? I don't understand that. But regardless, and then you have recommendations. It's just a cool platform. I just really enjoy the platform, because it's dope. I just really enjoy the structure of it and everything like that. I would say get on LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, get on LinkedIn. And you don't. It's not for any sort of stupid reason. It's just get on LinkedIn because it's cool and you can connect with people and you can see good conversation. It's not Facebook-ish where it's just a bunch of bullshit. It's normally good content. So do that. That's another tip for you. But I wanted to kind of spruce some of that stuff up and see where that goes. I actually had a big problem this week. Still haven't fully solved it. I don't have an FBP guest for Wednesday. I had two guests lined up actually to record, in preparation for this week, and I was going to have a double up thing or whatever. And that they both fell through. They just had to reschedule. Not a big deal. Nothing they could do about it. But then I tried to ask some more people, and might end up recording one on Wednesday, and then I do have one scheduled for Friday, and then maybe another one either on this weekend or next weekend or something like that. But the point is that maybe I should schedule earlier in advance, and that's one thing. And then the other thing was kind of had three options. So this is actually really interesting. So I had the first option was just to skip the week. Not the worst option, but I don't really want to do that. Okay. Second option was to record with, maybe somebody closer to me, somebody that I could get, whatever. I haven't repeated a guest. I think Jesse's actually been on two of them, but he wasn't the main guest on one of those, a group or whatever. But the thing is, I haven't repeated a guest yet. So I'm not against that. Obviously, we're going to have repeat guests, but I just wanted to try to work through the big list that I have before I start bringing people back on. It's not the end of the world. It can happen. I know there's a lot of people that want to come back on And I want to have them back on. It's just like I don't have fucking all this time to record these just yet. When I'm Joe Rogan and I can record 4 a week, that'll be a different story. But point is that was kind of my second option. I could get somebody closer to me. I could do something, something like that. Then I had this fucking crazy idea. And I'm just going to say it here because I don't know if it's going to happen. But I think it would have been awesome, even though it probably would have been pretty difficult. And I don't know if you've ever seen like a video, right? A video where you have the same person on the screen, but it's 2 of them, right? So like the same person, like you have one person. Just imagine me right here, and then me over here, like, and I'm talking to myself. I wanted to do that. I had this idea where if I just like sat down, I sat down on one side and I asked myself questions, and then I sat down on the other side and answered those questions. That would be pretty funny. And I could say like FBP, whatever, Mark Joseph Szymanski. That's kind of funny. Like, I think that would be really fucking funny. If I can't get anyone, if the one on Wednesday kind of falls through, then maybe I might do that. But that's a lot. It's just hard. Honestly, it's hard because I have to like really think about the things, try to like answer things in a timely manner. To really do that properly, you have to literally film once. It takes twice as long because you have to film once. You have to know exactly what you're saying, when you're saying, and everything like that. And then you have to sit there. Like, it's like, hey, Mark, it's nice to see you. Ha 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 ha. Okay, first question. How would you like to, whatever. And then you have to sit there for like 4 minutes or however long I'd have to answer that for. And then I have to film all that. And then I have to go on the other side and have to do the exact same thing, but all the opposites, the opposite timing of all that. And then I would have to go in and I'd have to edit it. And the editing part isn't like the hard part. I think that would actually work and it would look really good. It's just the preparation and stuff. And don't know, but that would be great if I could do that. I really think that would be awesome. And I mean, ultimately too, like I wouldn't fuck around. Like I would actually give real answers and real like ask really, really good things that I think it'd be a cool piece of content. Bottom line. So maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. If it doesn't happen today and this week, maybe it'll happen some other time, but it's just an idea that came to my head. I thought it was a really good one. So we'll see what happens there. Working on the current project list. I didn't get the clips out. Like I did one clip for FBP 68 and I didn't market it at all. I'm an asshole. This clips thing is just fucking with me, and I just don't have either say that I don't have the time or just don't want to do it. I'm not prioritizing it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That is really a fucking missed opportunity though, so I should probably solve that, but we'll see. Also the setup video. Maybe one day I'll finish that. I don't fucking know. It's like 90% done. And it's been like that for 2 months. So yeah. One thing I'd really like to do the end of this year, early next year, this will probably make more sense after Christmas, just in case I get anything that I'm not expecting, because I don't want anything. I just need money. I don't need anything. I bought the things that I need, and I only have a few things. I get too many forks. What's this little itty bitty one for? That's from Mighty Ducks D3. But anyway, yeah. So I'd like to go more minimal. I'd like to clean out my closet a little bit more. I'd like to do some things just because I don't want to take a lot of shit to my next living place. I don't want to do that. I already have some things that I have to take there. I don't want to take more shit. I want to get rid of it. So that's what we want to do. Also want to, like, even the studio and stuff. There's some things in there we need to kind of, take a look at and stuff. So go more minimal. That's a huge thing. And then we need to buy some stickers for AM and the PM for our guests. It's whatever. Neither here nor there. Okay. Last couple things here. This is literally what happens. I'm working at Ray's generally, and I have an idea in my head, and I'm like, I need to fucking write this down because I'm going to forget. So first thing is a video about looking at a clock in the wrong place. I'm going to make these, but I'm going to talk about them right now. I want to make this video where I just stare at the camera and I'm like, if you're at your job right now, or you were at your job earlier today or whatever, did you look at the clock? Like at any point during your day, did you look at the clock? And let's say you're supposed to be done at 5 and you saw it was like 2 o'clock and you're like, oh, I wish it was 5, or Then you look back for 30 minutes later and you're like, Jesus, it's taking so long. And then I want to get real like serious. I don't know, I haven't scripted this out, but the message that I'm trying to get across is like, if you're looking at the clock and wishing it to move faster, one, that's very sad because you're wishing your life away, and two, you're absolutely in the wrong place, and you need to do something to change that, because that's not a life that you want to lead. It's going to be very depressing. You're gonna hate your fucking life, because I was like that. 100% was like that. I'm still like that with Rays, but again, that's a different situation, and it is temporary. So there's that. But I want to make a video like that because I think it'd be really, really fucking good. Just a small thing, like on social, like nothing crazy, just like a minute or so. But yeah, so I want to do that. And then actually I want to talk about this one. I want to talk about this thing down here, because I was actually going to say, I was going to parlay into that, because if you extrapolate on that, right, you can't just be unhappy for your entire life. Meaning, what is it? It's more than that. You're not moving forward. You're moving back. So here's the thing, right? You have to get, if you don't get like analytical with this, I think you're missing an opportunity, and you're really hurting yourself. Here's why. If you don't like your job, or you don't like, I don't like to say that because it's like, oh, you don't get to like your job. Everybody doesn't get to like their job. Well, I kind of don't disagree with that, but whatever. If you don't like what you're doing every day, we'll just leave it at that. You are not like, it's literally more than that. Like you're not just going to be able, I don't know who could just fucking go to work or go to do something that they don't like for a third of their day. They're sleeping a third of the day. They're hating their life a third of the day. And then the other third of the day, what are you doing there, right? You're not just gonna be unhappy and just go through life. You're gonna be unhappy, and then the rest of your life, it's like you don't work all the time, but the other parts of your life when you don't work are gonna be affected because you don't like that other part of it. Let me give you, for instance, like this line here that I was just kind of bopping around with. If your life sucks, or a part of your life sucks, then you're going to find ways to numb that pain, either with alcohol, drugs, food, whatever. It's not just unhappiness in a portion of it. It's the whole fuck thing. The whole thing is fucked. Like that is what people, I think, fail to understand. It's like, I'm not talking about your job necessarily. And when anybody says this, they're not talking about just your job. It's like, you can't let something that big and that constant be that much of a negative thing in your life, or just affect you that much, that poorly, because it's gonna fuck the rest of your life up. Like it's not just gonna be like you go there for 8 hours and you can shrug it off. Maybe you could do that, but I doubt it. Okay, like you're gonna be like stressed for the rest of the night, the rest of the day, even on the weekends. And then you know how I know this? Because on Sunday you're gonna be like, fuck, I gotta go back to work. And then like, so that's what I would say is, it's more than that. If you're not moving forwards, you're moving backwards, because you're not trying to get out of that. You're just digging yourself deeper and deeper. And really, this is just really important. Like, if your life sucks, if part of your life sucks, you're going to find ways to numb the pain on the other part of it, because you're going to be thinking about, we're all human. We can't deal with all that fucking stress and just like pain and just whatever comes with all those, any of those feelings. You're gonna do something. Like, I know a lot of people that drink alcohol because they don't like their life, or they're whatever the case may be. Not all. I know people do drugs and shit because they don't like their life. People eat because they're stressed and whatever. I probably have a tendency to do that sometimes, and just like that's a whole different topic, like relationships with food and things. But I'm telling you, I think that's really important. That's a really fucking important thing. I'd like to make a little something with that too, because I think it'd be good to be valuable. Okay, what else we got here? Because I'm getting tired. Thinking about Gary Vee and how I don't watch his YouTube acids. That was probably wrong. That's probably a typo. Vids, maybe vids. Yeah, probably vids. Anymore, but I do watch social media and get the idea that I haven't been posting directly on hers. Yeah, this is important. This is important right here. So I used to watch Gary Vee's like vlogs, and obviously he's not doing too much of them anymore because like it's quarantine time. He's doing virtual shit, and I'm just not too interested in that. But the point that I'm trying to make is I was watching his YouTube content, right? And people talk about YouTube channels. They talk about your personal brand and stuff like that on YouTube and just growing YouTube channel. It's absolutely important because YouTube pays great money for certain things. And just in general, it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. But I don't really watch any of his YouTube videos anymore. So I had this idea that, it's interesting that you can start on YouTube and you can do what you want on YouTube, but that's good. But where I see him now is like on LinkedIn and Instagram. And I don't think he's like leaning more heavily into that. I think he's still kind of just doing what he's doing on those things. But the point is that this is honestly more of a, almost like an organic reach on social type of problem. When I go onto LinkedIn and I come to, I don't know, anything. What's an option? Oh, what the fuck? All right, I'm scrolling up. I'm going posts. That's a better idea. So like I posted this, for instance, right? This is a link to a YouTube video. On LinkedIn, a link to a YouTube video, okay? And I got 14 or 147 views of the post in your feed. The first problem is that the issue here is that you are literally telling people to like go to a different website, basically, like you're linking to that. So I think the algorithm fucks you. I think that's the first thing. But I do that on all the other podcasts. It's not good. I don't think it's a good strategy. I just haven't updated my method yet. So the point is though that like Gary, he'll post a video directly onto his LinkedIn, and I think that's way better because just like I said, organic reach and stuff like that. I think that's probably the right way to do so. And almost every single post that I have links out to a video or some sort of other thing. So there's a lot of other shit too, like how quickly people respond and like and reply and stuff. So that's all kind of necessary. This one's an anomaly. Why the fuck did it only get like 115 views? I think really the biggest part is engagement, especially off the bat. If he doesn't get engaged with and they don't send it out to more people, I'm almost positive that has a big impact on it. You can kind of see it in some of these things. But the point is that I'm missing an opportunity to some regard with not posting on social media directly. And what I mean by that is like posting on Instagram's platform. Well, Instagram's a bad example because you have to, but with like Facebook and LinkedIn, I'm not posting directly on their platform. So it's something that I'd like to do. It's something. But again, the caveat is that at the same time, you still need to establish like a certain baseline before taking away from your income. Now, I'm not making money off of YouTube yet, right? The little guys over here, you got to subscribe so we get to that 1,000 mark, because then we can get monetized and all that, and it'd be just a way of income, right? But the point is, the way that I think about it is, I want to make sure that I continue to move that bar forward on YouTube, because once we move that bar past 1,000, we can make money from YouTube. Then it's a little bit of an income. So what I'm saying is that you can't just like jump into only social posting, or like, it's just tough. I mean, everything helps because it's establishing your brand and stuff, but it's difficult because it's like you want to move towards the thing that like definitely is going to make you some money, at least at first, I think. And that's kind of the way that I thought that. So that was probably a bad explanation, but that's kind of everything that I was thinking about there. Then I have these notes from like this thing about the student loan repayment thing. So we'll see what happens there. I don't really give a shit. I just saw a thing the other day. I'm actually over it at this point, but yeah. So these are the things that I try to do weekly, daily. I'm going to try to incorporate that all into the projects thing, but that's pretty much it. I think one other thing that I want to do is I really like this view on the stream, like where you can have this wide angle with the stuff on the thing. I've been watching a lot of Harris Heller. Okay, I watched Harris Heller is a great guy. Alpha Gaming, I think, is his channel on YouTube, and he's a streamer on Twitch, and he does a bunch of shit. He makes this music that you hear right now. It's free. It's awesome. Totally non-copyright. Totally free and everything like that. No DCMA strikes or anything. The other thing, though, that I wanted to kind of like talk about was I want to make the stream a little bit better. Like, I think it's way better than it was, obviously, but I want to make it so a little bit more personal, I think my face, like, kind of down in the corner like it was for most of this stream is kind of a little shitty, so I want to kind of do maybe something different where you can kind of see the screen, you can see me a little bit, I don't know, just fucking a little bit bigger, just more personal in that regard. I think that's kind of a thing. And also just, I want to update it occasionally. Is that going to be a priority right now? Probably not, because like I said, I'm trying to end this year off strong with a couple things. I want to get ready. I want to finish laying this foundation and really just come out of the fucking gate screaming in January, because we have a lot of shit that we can do to help people and to make money. And this year was not the priority. The priority was to build shit. The priority was lay strong structure and foundations to all of these. And I absolutely fucking did that. And mission accomplished there. That came at the expense of, people and sometimes myself, like, thinking, well, when the fuck are you going to make money? And when are you going to, like, focus on that? And I have no doubts, because I didn't focus on that. Like, that wasn't the big thing. I know it's a business, but at the same time, I've learned from past experiences, I've learned from other people, I've learned from other, places of work, that you need a fucking strong foundation, and you need to be somewhat scalable. Like, I think that's really important, because what happens if, like, we put out this FVP clothing and it goes fucking bananas? I think it's a pretty good brand. I think the name is fucking amazing. I think that, a lot of that stuff is just really helping us. And, I don't know. I think that it's really important to focus on those types of things, and just make sure that we don't get fucked. Like, there's going to be setbacks, we're going to have hurdles, but that's what I mean, is just try to mitigate most of that from the get-go. And that's what we've done. So that's kind of where we're at. I'm excited with it. Like I said, groundwork has pretty much been laid. We're ready. We're building on the second stories. I always use the city example, which I should make a little video about that too. That's kind of funny. This idea that, like, each one of these businesses is like a little building in a city. And, we finished laying the ground floor, and it's time to build up. So we're not going to build any more buildings for a while. We might buy some buildings at some point, maybe build some at some point, but not right now, because we got too much work to build up on. But I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Meeting a lot of great people, connecting with a lot of interesting minds, and yeah. Let's keep going. But other than that, I think we're pretty much good here for this evening. I appreciate everybody watching. I always appreciate the support. Thank you guys so much. If you tune in for a minute, you tune in for an hour, I appreciate you just the same. If you leave a nice comment or a nasty comment, I appreciate you just the same, because engagement knows no positivity or negativity. But yeah, if there's ever anything I can do, please reach out. If there's anything that you think I can help with, I am pretty much building a fucking resource hub, unlike anything else. That's kind of ridiculous, but in markjosemancy.com, I mean, it's going to be a fucking epicenter for all the things that I've learned and done and just care about, really, in a lot of ways. So I would definitely highly recommend you head over there and check it out. It's not done, so but I think there's a lot of good stuff there. So, but with that, we'll probably be back tomorrow. I anticipate that, and hopefully we have some more stuff to talk about. I feel like Mr. Rogers. But yeah, that's all I got. I gotta go to sleep. I'm tired. It's been great. Thank you, as always. If you watch it live or on the rerun, I appreciate you just the same. Thank you, and we'll talk to you in the next one.